Hello there, you're now with me, Handy Gui, and welcome to your 5 p.m. English news on TVS. Now let's dive into the headlines for today. As Sarawak progresses into the new economy, emphasis must be given to sourcing a new green and renewable energy. With that, Premier of Sarawak, Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg, has confirmed that research to produce biofuel from Mars is currently in the planning phase and will enter its execution phase in the near future.
The research will be carried out by a domestic corporation in collaboration with a renowned petroleum company and related agencies. This effort is to realize the government's aspiration of utilizing the Earth's resources as a contributor to the state's economy.
Telah mengarahkan sejak SCDC buat kajian bersama dengan Petronas, dengan AMIT ataupun Aviation Research Center, nak mengkaji mengeluarkan biofuel daripada lumah. InsyaAllah labnya dah ada dan dikirakan dapat dikeluarkan biofuel. Jadi kalau untuk dapat keluar, kita ada di pengeluaran minyak biofuel.
Abang Johari added that Sarawak is rich with its moss resource, especially in the coastal area, and we must utilize this asset. This will indirectly increase the state's potential of becoming a major producer and exporter of biofuel in the global market. He stated that the research was listed as the state government's new agenda to strengthen economic procurement, as the state now focuses on carbon credits as a source of income to the state.
Now, Sarawak United People's Party SUPP looks to advise the Election Commission EC over the possibility of a redelineation of electoral boundaries in Sarawak, a call which echoed for seat increase and redelineation based on demographics, considering the impact of the new size of the electorate after the implementation of Undi 18, which translates to a surge of new voters by about 670,000 voters.
Because of the new 18 years old voters, our Kuching South area will have an increment of 30,000 new voters by January next year. That will bring this area into a too densely populated area to govern. So it's vital for us to have all this data to be submitted to PRS to determine whether we need to include or to carve out this area into another constituency. Hopefully by the next GE, we have more constituency in Sarawak, because a lot of all this town area is too populous already, meaning that we have too many populations that any constituency will have sufficient people to look after.
Peter told a press conference held at SUPP Kuching branch office on Tuesday, May 31st. On the other hand, Kuching SUPP Youth Chief Eric Tay reiterated that the party is actively recruiting more youth leaders, stating that the youth's involvement is crucial in shaping the future of Sarawak.
With this Undi 18, we will be very actively recruiting more young people, youths, so that we can have a better understanding of what our youths actually expect from political parties.
The Undi 18 will be implemented in the next general election, promoting a more youth-centric agenda and democratic reforms. The electoral roll, which was gazetted on January 14, welcomes a new generation of voters, in which 18-year-olds are now automatically registered and are eligible to vote.
Sarawak has been placed in the Malaysian Book of Records MBOR for the longest non-stop live broadcast BERMUKUN performance, which was attended by 76 performers from various divisions. Deputy Minister of Energy and Environmental Sustainability, Dr. Haslan Abang Hipni, who represented the Premier of Sarawak, Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg, praised the government's effort to remain consistent and to strengthen the arts and culture through various organisations.
Seni budaya juga adalah sebagai penjana ekonomi. Sektor seni budaya sejak dahulu memiliki potensi besar sebagai penjana ekonomi. Sektor pelancongan umpamanya, apabila kita beralih ke fasa endemik, semakin ramai pelancong berkunjung ke Sarawak. Jumlah pelancong ke Sarawak dari Januari ke April tahun 2022 telah menunjukkan peningkatan sebanyak 500% dengan jumlah keseluruhan 300 lebih ribu orang berbanding dengan tempoh yang sama pada tahun lepas.
Adding further, Dr. Haslan said the state government will continue to diversify efforts to increase competitiveness, visibility and image of arts, culture and national heritage as the core to a balanced development.
Justru, saya menyeru kepada seluruh agensi yang berkaitan seperti Majlis Seni Sarawak, Badan Bukan Kerajaan ataupun NGO, IPTA, IPTS dan seluruh masyarakat agar mendukung aspirasi kerajaan supaya aspek seni, budaya dan warisan terus terpelihara.
The Juh Bermukun 76 Jam Tanpa Henti 2022 program was a joint initiative of the Ministry and RTM, held in conjunction with RTM's 76th anniversary celebration this year.
Welcome back. Now, with the Gawai Dayak celebration nearing, traffic is inevitable. To ease the commuters' journey, the Pan-Borneo Highway Unit of Public Works Department JKR Sarawak has announced in a Facebook post that a section of the Mile 7 flyover at Kuching Surian Road is now open to road users. However, only the overtaking lane from the direction of Kuching to Surian is currently open. As such, road users are advised to drive carefully when passing through the area, as construction is still ongoing. Now on to some COVID-19 development. Over 1 million children, or 33% of those between 5 and 11 years in the country, have completed the vaccination under the National COVID-19 Immunization Program for children or PICKIDS as of yesterday.
Based on the COVID Now website, 48.4% of the group have received at least one dose of the vaccine. Meanwhile, for adolescents aged between 12 and 17, 93.6% of those in the age group in the country have completed the COVID-19 vaccination. Yesterday, a total of 10,803 doses of the vaccine were dispensed, with 5,322 as first dose, 3,491 as second dose, and 1,990 as booster dose, bringing the cumulative number of vaccine doses administered under the National COVID-19 Immunization Program PICK to over 70 million. Meanwhile, according to the Health Ministry's GitHub portal, 4 deaths due to COVID-19 were recorded in the country yesterday, with 2 of the cases in Kedah and 1 each in Melaka and Negeri Sembilan. Meanwhile, the National COVID-19 Immunization Program for Children, or PICKITS, which was launched on February 3rd for children aged 5 to 11, has ended today. Deputy Health Minister Datuk Dr. Noor Azmi Ghazali said from tomorrow, June 1st to January 31st, 2023, the COVID-19 vaccine for children aged 5 to 11 on or after May 31st, 2022 will only be offered through health clinics, KK, and private clinics that still operate as vaccination centers. Recently, he was reported to have said that the Ministry of Health, MOH, did not intend to extend PICKITS as enough time has been given to parents to bring their children to get vaccinated for free. He said after this, if parents want to get the COVID-19 vaccine injection for their children, they would have to go to a private clinic for a certain fee.
Now wrapping up the 5 p.m. news, Canada's government introduced legislation on Monday, May 30th, to implement a national freeze on the sale and purchase of handguns as part of a handgun control package that would also limit magazine capacities and ban some toys that look like guns.
The new legislation, which resurrects some measures that were shelved last year amid a national election, comes just a week after a gunman killed 19 children and 2 teachers in their classroom in Uvalde, Texas. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau told reporters that new measures were needed as gun violence was increasing.
We're introducing legislation to implement a national freeze on handgun ownership. What this means is that it will no longer be possible to buy, sell, transfer, or import handguns anywhere in Canada. In other words, we're capping the market for handguns. We're also fighting gun smuggling and trafficking by increasing maximum criminal penalties and providing more tools for law enforcement to investigate firearm crimes. And we'll require the permanent alteration of long gun magazines so they can never hold more than 5 rounds. These are actions that doctors, experts, and chiefs of police have been calling for years, and we're acting on their advice.
The handgun freeze would contain exceptions, including for elite sports shooters, Olympic athletes, and security guards. Meanwhile, Canadians who already own handguns would be allowed to keep them. Canada has stronger gun legislation than the United States, but while its gun homicide rate is less than 1/5 of the US rate, it is higher than that of other rich countries and has been rising.
And that is all for TVS News at 5. Stay up to date with the top stories via our website at TVSTVMY and follow our social media platforms for the latest news and entertainment. Once again, I'm Handy Gui. Stay safe and have a pleasant day.